the election is coming up in November. I have absolutely nothing to vote for myself. I don't know what y'all mean. Joe Biden ain't done nothing for black folks. Donald Trump ain't done nothing for black folks. Some black folks say, Dr. Umar, you should vote for Trump, because even though you don't like us, at least he's not letting the migrants come in and wash us out.
Whatever.
I agree with this. Donald Trump act like he ain't gonna let the migrants in. Remember when he was president the first term? Did they not still get it? Was it any different? He just acted like he was gonna stop. Listen, let me tell y'all about the migrants here. Number one, replacement. Joe Biden knew he wasn't going to do nothing for black people this time. That's why when he first got elected, what did Joe Biden say? He said, I want to fast track 8 million immigrants to citizenship. Why is that a priority? Your first time. Because I'm not going to do nothing for black people. I know they're not going to vote for me my second term. So I'm going to get as many immigrants in this country as possible, get them registered to vote, so they can replace black people at the election polls. I was in Chicago. You know what they told me in Chicago? They had illegal immigrants already registered to vote. Wow. Yes! The migrants are here to replace you, and part of this is your fault because you Negroes love talking about black and brown people. Every time you get on the damn TV, black and brown, I'm black and brown. I've never heard brown people mention black. And the reason why most of y'all can't be race first is because your religions have cooked your brain that you think it is a sin against God to be loyal to black people. When you say, Negroes say, I don't just love black people, I love everybody. That's the same thing as saying, my people curry no special favor with me. Have you ever seen a European Jew say, I don't just care about Jewish people, I care about have you ever seen an Asian say, I don't just care about Chinese and Japanese, I care about everybody. Damn. We are the only people who will lift up everybody else's struggle and make them equal to ours and then get mad when they steal everything and you get nothing. Go to the mayor in Jacksonville and say, what percentage of city contracts that black people get in Jacksonville in 2023? You know what he will say? He will give you a minority number. He will say, we gave minorities 12% of all contracts in Jacksonville, Florida. But you didn't ask him about that. You asked him about black people. Minority is a word they use to make black people think they're talking about you.
Yep,
talking over you. Damn.
Yep, preach.
Yeah. Go ahead. And it's our fault because we want to be colorblind. Exactly. Religion stripped black people of their racial consciousness and your racial priorities. You don't have it anymore. We're the only people who cannot stick together because religion stripped us of our focus on race and put it on belief systems. I'm telling you. Now, there's some churches that we do an exception, but most churches are not an exception. The best thing happened to white supremacy was the black church. Best thing happened to white supremacy. Best thing happened to white supremacy is the black church. Yes. And we are not going to fix our situation as long as y'all keep on protecting and defending these churches. Name me a church in Florida that's at the forefront of fighting against this situation. Name me a church in Florida that's at the forefront of fighting against gentrification and homelessness. Name me a church in Florida that's at the forefront of fighting against police brutality and genocide. Name me a church in Florida that's at the forefront of fighting against economic apartheid. You can't name me one church. I didn't say they come to the meetings. I said it's leading the charge. You can't name one. Because George W. Bush made it a point in 24 years ago when he got elected to start paying black churches to stay out of the fight. Stay out of the fight. And then the Negro asked me, Dr. Umar, why you want the black church to do everything? You know why? Because once upon a time, the black church was everything. Yeah. It was everything. We buried our bed through the church. We got our jobs through the church. We bought our homes through the church. Life insurance through the church. We fought the Ku Klux Klan through the church. We birthed our babies through the church. And you mean to tell me now the black church has more money than it ever had? And we're not supposed to hold you accountable? Who came up with that idea, brothers and sisters? Mothers and fathers, make sure you know where your daughters are at all times. They're kidnapping our girls, the government is involved, the police are involved, the judges are involved, child protective services are involved. Yep. You tell your daughter when you leave this house, You're going to give me a list of every way you could possibly be. If I call these numbers, I better get you at one. If I decide to do a drive-by, I better get you at one. If I cannot get you with the numbers and the addresses you leave me, you cannot leave this house. Our daughters are being sex trafficked. I'm meeting sex trafficking victims almost every other day. And guess what's the number one risk factor for sex trafficking? Fatherlessness and poor maternal supervision. Black men, the best thing you can do to make sure your daughter doesn't become addicted to sex traffickers in Florida is be in her damn life. Sex traffickers tend not to mess with girls who got fathers in their lives. They want the single black girls in the hood. And guess what? The average age of a sex trafficking male is 27, and the average age of a sex trafficking female is 26. They're not old people, they're the young men that your daughters find attractive and just thirsty enough to go ride with. How do you know the boy your daughter dating is not a lookout for a sex trafficker? How do you know your daughter's best friend father not a pedophile? You mean to tell me you never met the parents of the children your children hang with? You never met the parents of the children your children hang with. Shame on you. You never took your daughter's friends out to dinner? You never took your son's friends out to dinner? Are you crazy? You better take the children out to dinner so you know who your children hang with. And guess what? When they interviewed the sex traffickers, guess what they said? They said, why y'all always target black girls? Guess what the sex traffickers said? They're the easiest to get. You say what the? They're the easiest to get because all they want is expensive things. That's what he said. They're the easiest to get. And guess the second reason they target black girls? They said, if we get caught, we know we will get the least amount of time for the black ones. Y'all better wake up and smell coffee. You don't think you got a sex trafficking ring? And guess what? The white people use black people to do their hunting.
Yep.
You do know since COVID, sex trafficking has outpaced drug dealing in the inner city.
Damn.
And you know why? Because number one, it's less risky. Number two, it's more money.
Man.
A black girl on the sex trafficking market is worth $250,000. One. 4 of them for the year is worth $1 million. Way more money than crime. So a lot of the corner boys in our neighborhood who look like us are now selling our daughters instead of selling them. I hope you know who your girlfriend, who your daughter's talking to. And you know social media is the number one recruitment site for sex trafficking. And some of y'all got your daughters all on the ass out, all on Twitter.
Damn.
That's what I'm talking about. And some of y'all can't say nothing about it because you got your ass out on Instagram. You 50 years out. Guys is out. Liberated mama. Liberated daughter. Guess what? Once he isolates your daughter and put the fear of God in your daughter, you say, my daughter would tell me if somebody was trying to set it. No, she won't. Because guess what he told her? I'm gonna kill your mama. I'm gonna kill your father. I'm gonna blow your house up. He will put the fear of God in your daughter. And that's why you got to know your child. And a lot of you are not spending enough time with your children. And black mothers, I need you to work on your relationship with your daughters because we got a serious black mother, black daughter crisis. Serious black mother, black daughter crisis. You got mothers jealous of daughters. Yes. Yes. We got to work on that. As I prepare to wrap this out, as y'all know, we've been working on the school. And I want you all to know that the major renovations on FDUG are all done. In fact, they've been done for a couple months. So right now, we have a little bit of work that got to be done. But we got to dot our I's and cross our T's to make us to get a certificate of occupancy. What? Our inspector is black, but he don't like me. So I got to take my time with this, but I don't see why we're going to have the grand opening this summer. I can't possibly, everything's done, but we just got a lot of little small things now. All the villages is done. HVAC, electric, plumbing, fire water, sprinkler, all that's done. You know what I mean? So I look forward to having you guys coming up to the schools. And it looks like the grand opening is going to be the second Saturday in September, which will be the first day of you will fly into Philadelphia International Airport if you're flying. Wilmington, Delaware is Philadelphia's backyard. The school is 22 driving minutes from the Philadelphia International Airport. So if you're flying to Philly. Newcastle, Delaware has an airport. Trenton, New Jersey has an airport. You can fly into Baltimore. Baltimore is about 90 minutes from the school. Okay, and Delaware is between Maryland and Pennsylvania. Okay, but please follow me on my social media. I will have a new website coming out. You can follow me there. For those of you who want to go to Africa with me, you can text me around the 14th Frederick Douglass Day, and I'll give you the information for registration. Black men, you cannot bring your snow bunnies on my damn trip. Okay, so make sure you're clear about that.
No.
Integrationism on the trip. Make sure you get your passport. This is my first trip in 5 years. I ain't been to Africa since 2019. Once COVID hit, I kind of fell back. Make sure you get your passport. Black men, if you owe child support, then you get your passport. You have to pay off your child support before they will issue you a passport. Okay, but the trip is going to be about $4,500 per person. Everything is included except your spending money and 1 meal a day. I don't make anything from it. Mother Sharif is the travel agent. That's her business. She makes money from it, but I don't do this for money. We're going to have a lot of fun over here. You're going to get your African name in Ghana. You're going to go to the AME slave dungeon. You're going to class the slave dungeon. You're going to go to the GULLARIBBEAN slave dungeon in Senegal. That's where I experienced my own spiritual epiphany. That's what brought me to the Yoruba culture. I went to the GULLARIBBEAN slave dungeon my first trip in Africa in 2005. I poured libation in female slave women. Got back to my hotel that night. And my room started spinning. I was wide awake. It wasn't even, I'm sitting on the bed. The room is spinning. I mean, screams, chains, animals. Something started tapping me in my third eye. I'm wide awake, sitting on the bed. Something started pushing me. Next day, I'm walking through the village and asking people, yo, something was wrong with me last night. They said, no, it's your ancestors. And that's why I started practicing atmosphere. So you would go to three dungeons. Okay, you go to the Kente Cloth Museum, the wood factory, the bean factory, Asaman soil, where they get our ancestors to wash their bodies before they serve. You're gonna have a great time. 14 days, 14 nights with the Prince of Pan-Africanism. I just got one more. Whatever happens in Africa. Okay. Brothers and sisters, I want to wrap up with a quote, but before I do, I want to talk to my parents real quick. Because public school is in session. You are in February, we got March, we got April. When do you got to get out of Jacksonville? May, June? In the May. So February, March, April, we got 4 months, parents. Listen to me right now. If the school, I'm going to give you 5 rules for the schools. Rule number 1, I want every black parent with a child listening to me right now. If your child is 7 years old or younger, then do not get tested for special ed unless it's speech, deafness, blindness, brain injury. Black father, I hope you listen to what I just said. You don't let nobody test your 7-year-old son for a reading disability. You don't let nobody test your 6-year-old daughter for a math disability. You don't let nobody test your 5-year-old grandson for ADHD. You don't let nobody evaluate your 4-year-old granddaughter for intellectual disability. And although autism is real, be careful with autism because it is often misdiagnosed in our community. How do you know it's not a hearing problem? How do you know it's not selective mutism? How do you know it's not social anxiety? How do you know it's not emotional trauma? How do you know it's not a developmental delay? Stop getting children tested for autism at 3 years old. And then you say, well, Dr. Umar, the school wanted me to get them tested at the preschool for free. You know why? Because special ed begins at 3. You know what that means? They start getting the money at 3. They don't care about your damn child. They don't care about if your child is autistic or not. They want money. And if you're dumb enough to walk into one of these public schools, charter schools in Jacksonville, Florida, and sign your name so they can label your child, that's your damn fault. They money. They money. Listen, Jacksonville, Florida. You cannot prove a learning disability. You cannot prove ADHD. You cannot prove a math disability. You cannot prove a reading disability. You cannot prove emotional disturbance. You cannot prove conduct disorder. Do you know what all those are? Professional opinions. That's right. Your son got an IEP for reading. Prove to me that that little boy is reading disabled. He's not reading disabled. Do you know what he is? He's lazy disabled. Y'all raising lazy ass black children. You can't tell me, I've been evaluating them for 25 years. You can't tell me 95% of every child I've ever tested for 25 years was not learning disabled, they was lazy disabled. Which is why I was in charge of education in Black America. We wouldn't diagnose children, we diagnosed their mom and dads. That's right. You don't want to learn how to read. You're not going to make it. You know why? Because little Raekwon is going to be a football player. So little Raekwon got to learn how to read because his daddy only cared about football. And let me say this to the black men here. Stop trying to relive your failed athletic dreams through your son. You had your life. It's over. Stop trying to make your son be a football player so you can resuscitate your low self-esteem. I'm so tired of black men trying to live for their sons. I'm tired of it. I got black boys coming to me. Dr. Umar, can you talk to my dad? What's up? My dad wanted to be a basketball player from 6'6". I want to be a basketball player. I want to be a plumber. I want to open my own plumbing business. I don't want to play sports. Can you tell my daddy to leave me alone? And then I go talk to his dad. He's 6'6". Ain't nobody gonna be 6'6" sleeping in my house, not playing no sports. What the hell do you need? Can somebody answer me a question? What has the NFL and the NBA done for the black community that we want people sitting out children? Not a damn thing of making white girls rich. That's all they do is make the white girls rich. That's it! That's it! Make the white girls rich. And then they don't even get the cute white girls. They do not get the cute white girls. They get no nasty looking nuts. Oh, 3 chins and 8 knees looking nuts. No seasoning in the food looking ass nuts. Oh, cottage cheese and beef salad looking ass nuts. You get the cute white girl.
What?
Big Sasquatch looking ass nuts. Super snow bunny. Double like sad snow bunny. So number 1, no evaluation. That's number 1. Number 2, no ADHD evaluations ever. Let me say it one more time for my black parents in the back act like they can't hear me. I said no ADHD evaluations ever. Why is Dr. Umar saying no ADHD evaluations ever? Let me tell you what's going to happen. Let me tell you what's going to happen. They're going to call you up and they're going to say, Raekwon has trouble sitting still. We think you need to be tested for ADHD. You go listen to these white men who are not psychologists, and you want to take Raekwon to the We Hate Black Kids Mental Health Center in downtown Jackson. They're going to diagnose Raekwon with ADHD, which is really ain't no daddy at home disorder, ADHD. And then you're going to take the evaluation back to We Hate Black Children Charter School in Jackson. And now they're going to say he needs some medication. And you're going to say, I'm not medicating my son. I know what drugs can do. I used to be an addict, or whatever the case may be. And they're going to say, well, you need this medicine. And you're going to say, I'm not medicating my son. And they're going to call Child Protective Services of Jacksonville. What county is this? Duval. Duval's? Duval. The devils of Duval County. They're going to call them up and say, we have a black father who is refusing to medicate his son, who is diagnosed with ain't no daddy at home disorder. And guess what? The social worker is going to come to your house. We're here to speak to Shaquita and Ray Ray. Your son was diagnosed, Raekwon, by the We Hate Black Children Mental Health Center in Jacksonville, Florida, with ADHD. The school feels he needs some kind of medication. The psychiatrist feels he needs some kind of medication. If you do not medicate Raekwon, we will be forced to take possession of your children. It's called medical neglect. I know black parents all over America who no longer have their children at home because they didn't want to listen to Dr. Umar. I'm telling you right now, get that boy diagnosed with ADHD or conduct disorder and decide not to give them the medicine that would take their damn children. And when they come get the children, they're not just coming to get their car. They taking Jizzle, was an old dirty bastard, Ghostface, master killer. They would take all your kids from you and listen to Dr. Umar. And guess what they're going to give them to the homosexual white couples?
Damn.
Oh, you didn't know that the gay white couples disproportionately end up with black people's children? You didn't know that?
Yeah, God damn it.
You know how many parents I get calling on the phone, Dr. Umar, can you help me get my kids back? And took my kids. Why did they take the kids? Because I didn't medicate him. I was giving him medicine, but he started losing too much weight, gaining too much weight, started sleeping too much, not sleeping at all. He started seeing things, hearing things. He got violent. He started growing breasts. He started peeing on himself, defecating on himself, passing out in school, high blood pressure. So I stopped giving him the medicine. And they told me if I don't start giving him the medicine, they're going to take him and they told him. Don't do it. Black father, you better be involved in your son's life. Because let me tell you something about our black sisters. I love our sisters. But let me tell you something with a black mother messes up. Sisters, listen. Because you are the mother of civilization, you black mothers tend to think that other women care about children as much as you do. And so when Mrs. Sauceberg, when she tells you, I really think Raekwon need the meds, your willingness chick gets activated. And you start doing what white folks tell you to do. Because you think she cares about your son. And she said you dumb shit like, I taught your big sister, I taught you, I taught your grandfather. You know I love our children. I've been in this neighborhood for 50 years. Are you going to say I'm racist? Okay. And the next thing you know, Raekwon down there getting doped up with Ritalin, Adderall, Concerta, Medicaid, Cypher. It ain't nothing but synthesized crack, synthesized crack, synthesized crack. So you mean to tell me they're locking up black men in Florida for selling crack? 10 years, 5 years minimum for selling crack. But they will take the same crack that locked the father, give it to Ray Ray, so he can sit still long enough to learn about Christopher Columbus. And y'all signing off on it. Y'all better stop. No ADHD evals, no evals if they under 7. If they autistic, if you think they autistic, if the school think they autistic, get you an audiological evaluation first. Audiological. Listen, a child can pass a hearing test and still have hearing problems. I know because I work with it. Yes, your child can pass a hearing test and still have hearing problems. Your child can pass a vision test and still have vision problems. They need an ophthalmological evaluation. Trust me. Make sure there's no hearing impairment. Make sure the tubes fell out the ears. Sometimes you put the tubes in the baby ear, they don't fall out, they get backed up with fluid, and that's what's causing the speech problem. First of all, you always check hearing and vision. Some of y'all children just need glasses. They in special ed with a damn IEP because you never took them to get those damn glasses until trying next. Next, don't sign no paperwork the school give you if you didn't read it. Stop signing paperwork you don't read. Stop signing paperwork you don't read. And stop letting the school bully you into signing the paperwork on the spot. Like, mother, I know what I'm talking about. You just dropped him off, you had to take him to the doctor, sign him, and like, can you please sign this shit with me? You're like, I gotta go work, just sign it. This is the lunch form. And then you get a copy of it. That wasn't their lunch form, that was a special ed permission form. But they knew you wasn't gonna read it because black people don't like to read it. If they give you something and you don't have time to read it, take it home and you tell them, I will return this by the end of the week. We need it today. That's not my problem. That's your problem. I'm his mother. I'm his father. I don't have the time to watch the sorry. And guess what? If you do get the permission to test your child, and you don't agree with the psychological evaluation, that's why you got Dr. Umar. You call me up. And we could go over the report together to see if it's bullshit or some real progress. Half your kids, all they need is tutoring. And this is what pisses me off with y'all. Y'all put them in special ed. All they need is 2 hours of tutoring a week. What they going in special ed?
Damn.
So you mean to tell me you can spend your own money on Air Jordans, you can spend your own money on weed, you can spend your own money on 40-ounce malt liquor, you can spend your own money on windshield wiper eyelashes. Black woman, who told y'all they was cute? Is there any brother in here who's attracted to a woman with car windshield wipers? I don't know why black women doing that. Stop. Ladies, would y'all stop with the damn surgery? Stop! Stop! Listen! Black woman, listen to me. You must understand, black women, y'all got bigger heads than other women. Some of y'all little peanut heads, like little peanut heads. But some of y'all, your body gotta be proportional to your head. You can't have a 10,000-gallon head like Dr. Umar and get a little waist surgery and come back 95 pounds with a 10,000-pound head. You look sick and on crack. Y'all think y'all look cute when y'all get in the curves. Leave the curves alone. I love curves.
Boy, wow.
And then y'all go to the Dominican Republic and get the BBL. Put the butt in the back if they on the side. Promise you, Daddy! You didn't got your son into that! And you got your entire ass job!
Boy, wow.
I'm in the airport, right? Coming back to Guatemala. And every room I got a big butt. Like, they didn't finally hit me. This is the BBL capital. Every woman in the airport had a BBL. But here's my question to all my BBL ladies. Whether it's the 2 mountains in the front or the 2 mountains in the back, I have questions to them. When you become an elder, and 80 with this 40-year-old BBL job, how you gonna walk around with that? You need a book bag for this one, bags for this one, or book bag. BBLs is for the moment. You gotta plan for the rest of your life. I don't know what black women are gonna look like in 40 years when the BBL generation become elders. And you know what I fear? You know what I fear?
Oh, no.
Reports. A lot of the chemicals in these sacks are toxic.
Oh, my God.
And they say the sacks leak over time.
Oh, my God.
So you know what that means? You trying to kill yourself?
Oh, my God.
Listen to me, black woman. The most attractive thing you put on every morning cannot be purchased with a price. And that's your self-respect, your self-confidence, and your attitude. There's nothing more attractive than a woman's self-respect, self-confidence, and attitude. And stop letting your daughters and sons get all tied up. Some of your children are really brilliant. They want to be doctors and lawyers. Do you know law school don't take you if you have visual tattoos? Do you know med school don't take you if you got visual tattoos?
Wow.
Why do you let them get that? This boy said he want to be a lawyer. Not with no damn tunnel is that. Talking about I love Shaquille. Listen, let me get back to the kids. Listen. If your child is evaluated by a school in Florida and you don't agree with the evaluation, you always have a right to a second opinion. It's called independent educational evaluation. I need you to know this. If the school says he's learning disabled and you don't agree, Schools say he's intellectually disabled, you don't agree. Schools say he's autistic and you don't agree. You can write a letter. Dear Dr. Silverberg, my son Raekwon is a third grader and we hate Black children in public school. I do not agree with your psychologist that my son has a reading disability. Yes, he's in the 5th grade reading on the 1st grade level, but do you know why? His teacher went on maternity leave last year. My son had 12 substitutes from January to June. The year before that, he was suspended at least 2 days every week. He never got his education. The year before that, he had a teacher, first year, out of We Hate Black Kids Teachers College, and she could barely read her hands. You see how this works? You tell the school why your child can't read. You don't let them tell you why your child can't read. But I'm gonna go a step further. Because Christmas was a month ago yesterday. How many of y'all put books under that Christmas tree? How many of y'all bought dictionaries? How many of y'all bought reading material? How many of y'all bought a thesaurus? How many of y'all bought an encyclopedia? So you mean to tell me for Christmas, you bought video games?
Nope.
iPads?
Nope.
Cell phones?
Nope.
Blonde hair?
Nope.
Air Jordans? And you mean to tell me your son can't even read on grade level, but he got a new video game? Can somebody answer me a question? How you got Black boys in Jacksonville, Florida, who can't read on grade level with a damn video game system in their house? There should be no damn video games in the house where the kids can't even read on grade level. What the hell is wrong with y'all? You don't need no cell phone, you don't need no tablet. You ask me some books and a chair and a table to sit down and read, study, and do. Because let me tell you what y'all did with y'all Christmas money. You know what you just did? You invested in your son's future incarceration. Listen, if he's in the 4th grade and can't read on the 4th grade, and you just bought him a video game system, what's the chances he ever